Hello everyone, I'm Jeff Sanders with the Old Hurffville Facebook page. I'm very happy so many people follow that now. When I started it in 2020, I thought I sort of knew everything about Hurffville from living there as a child growing up. After starting the page and sharing some pictures and stories, I found I knew next to nothing about Hurffville. So we have over 1,000 people following the page, and I wanted to take it a little in a sort of a new direction. So Rob Hurff and I met a few years ago. We were introduced by a friend, and Rob, say hi to everybody out there in TV land.
Here.
Rob, it's your, see if I remember from our conversations, it's your great ×3 grandfather or great uncle Thomas that kind of founded Hurffville?
Correct.
Okay.
So my great-great-grandfather that owned the sleigh, it was his brother Thomas that was the founder of Hurffville.
Okay, all right. So everybody knows from following the page, I try to tell as many stories as I can, as I know about Hurffville. And Thomas Hurff built a number of houses that are still standing and really put his stamp on that town. Can you tell us, Rob, your family, and I know you have a family reunion every year that's pretty amazing. When did the first Hurff come over here from Germany?
1754, I believe it was. Mid-1750s.
Okay. And I think, if I've studied my history right, it wasn't Hurff, it was Hurff.
Hurff.
And
yeah.
somebody changed it, or they changed it there?
Yeah, spelling.
So from that was Conrad. No, it was
Johann.
Okay.
Was the father, Conrad was the son.
All right.
All the Hurff descendants descend from Conrad.
Okay. We'll sort of jump ahead a little bit. They have a Hurff family reunion, and I think, is this year the 120th or 121st?
121.
So they've had a family reunion every year. I was invited to speak before the group back in you didn't have one in 2020, I think it was 2021. I was the unofficial Hurff for the day they're speaking. But it's amazing, and you have descendants from around the country of the different sons, and they all sort of get up and say, I'm from this branch and I'm from that branch. So we came out today. So you've been here in Barnesboro, your family's been here in Barnesboro about how long?
Since 1857.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's amazing. So you made the big, move from Hurffville to Barnesboro. We're going to talk in a little bit about this sleigh, which has been in your family since that time, right? Since that 1850?
1836.
1836. It's amazing. So they just recently had this completely restored. So we'll see what we want to do if we want to talk about that, a little bit later. Where we are here in the Hurff, what's the actual name? Is it Hurff Poultry Farm Store? Hurff?
Yeah.
Whatever we want to call it.
I don't know if we have a name.
So the Hurff family has been on this property. Has your family been here since that time and across the street?
My grandfather bought this farm in 1940.
Okay.
So we've been here 85 years.
Huh. For many years, a lot of folks will remember this was Hurff Lake. And Hurff Lake was what, was it the 50s or the 60s?
1965 to 2006.
Okay, so a lot of people have memories of swimming here as a kid. I have memories of Cedar Lake in Washington Township, where you went in with white trunks and you came out with brown trunks. But they operated as that for years. Your full-time role is not in farming, but in your heart and in your heritage, you're farming through and through.
Correct.
And I believe your sons now, don't they have property right in the back there? Then they build houses? Or? Well,
I had a son that lives in the old concession stand.
Huh.
Yeah, there was an apartment there, so he lives there.
Okay, all right. So again, we're going to talk a little bit about how you restarted this store after it had been closed for a number of years. And I think if time allows, we're even going to peek into some of the barns here and see that part of the story. So the farm we're on here, I know you said was it your grandfather, great-grandfather bought it in 1940?
My grandfather.
So do you recall, I always like to tie together these old South Jersey names. Who owned it before, do you know?
Not sure who owned it before.
Okay.
But I do know that it was rented for a while, a boy that lived in the house during the Depression was killed at Pearl Harbor.
Oh, wow.
He lived on this farm.
Okay.
Died in Pearl Harbor.
Huh. So, what type of farm is this? I know there's cattle farms, there's, pig farms, there's dairy farms. What kind of farm is this?
Well, when my grandfather came here, he was a breeder flock manager over in Sewell. There was a Demi Brothers, was a big poultry farm. He was a breeder flock manager. So right away he started to raise chickens here. 1955 he opened this store. The store was open from 1955 to 1995, and then I started working out, and we still sold stuff, but we just did it by appointment. So
Okay.
we just didn't have hours. So we still used the store, but we just didn't have hours. And then last year we just started to have hours again.
So what do you raise here?
So we have laying hens, we have hogs, and the hogs go out of here in 1 pound packs. Like no big box, everything goes out in 1 pound packs, and honey. So we have basically 3 things right now.
All right. So you have on this property, you have hogs here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We run them in the woods.
Huh.
Have a little barn and then run them through the woods. They dig around and do what pigs do.
About how many do you have? Do you know?
We run batches of 15 or 20 at a time.
Oh, okay. All right. So those of you that follow the old Hurffville Facebook page, you should check out, is it Hurff Farm? I think one.
Hurff's Poultry Farm.
Okay.
On Facebook.
And it's great because they really try to be as organic as possible, with everything that they raise here. And I think it's your daughter-in-law that does a lot of the updates on the page, right?
My daughter-in-law Rachel does that.
Yeah. And it's really a fascinating read to think in this day and age, with these industrial farms, and you read about all these, horrendous practices and stuff they, inject in GMO. This is being done here much as it would have been 100.
Vintage.
Yeah.
Vintage is the word.
Yeah. So I know I've been here a couple of times on Saturdays, and Saturdays are your only hours. You're what? Is it 9 to
3?
9 to 3. You have to come out and check this out. Everybody knows Hurff Lake. It's right here. The honey is amazing, and the honey. So that's a new innovation for you. I always just call them drawers. Is that what you call them, where you put the bees?
Yeah, hives.
Hives. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's, honey is, it's been around for thousands of years, but it's really gotten popular again as really a cure-all for honey, And what's key to that is locally grown honey.
Right.
So I've had it. It's amazing. I put it on my oatmeal every morning. What else are you doing here? I know a lot of farms in South Jersey had to sort of reinvent themselves. I know Bill and Penny Heritage were one of the first that, came up with the idea of growing grapes and doing wine, and it really saved them. And now there's a pretty active wine trail. Is there something like that with farms, with small farms in South Jersey, where there's a sort of, connection or relationship? Obviously, you help each other out.
Yeah. I just like the concept of selling direct to the consumer. Getting every dollar. No middleman in the middle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the only way you can survive.
Yeah, yeah. So in Barnesboro, it's part of Mantua Township, and I wonder, I'm guessing it's probably a little older than Hurffville is, or maybe around that same time.
No, I think Barnesboro would be older.
Okay. Yeah, it's amazing. Everybody knows I'm a big history buff, and the history that's just right here in South Jersey, in Gloucester County, it's really amazing. So Rob, we can't, this is the proverbial elephant in the room. This is amazing, this sleigh. Tell us a story about the sleigh.
So the sleigh was my great-great-great-grandfather's sleigh.
It's great times 3.
Great times 3.
Okay.
He was born in 1809 in Washington Township, and in 1836 he got married, and he took the sleigh that winter. There was a lot of snow on the ground. Him and his wife, they took the sleigh to Philly, drove it over the snow and over the river, over the ice, and they bought a set of dishes. And they brought it back, and they stayed in Harrisonville till 1857 when he moved to Barnesboro. He bought the farm, Hilltop Farm, where Crescent Hollow is. In 1857.
It's just down the street from us
right
here.
Down the street,
Yeah, okay.
literally. And that's where my grandfather grew up, that bought this farm in 1940. The interesting thing about the sleigh is in the 1920s, my great-grandfather used the sleigh to deliver milk down into Sewell, which wasn't as big as it is now, but he would, when it was snow on the ground, he would put the bottles of milk in the sleigh down to Sewell, and go house to house and deliver the milk.
Huh.
So the sleigh is at least 189 years old.
That's amazing.
So last summer we took it up to an Amish guy and had it just painted. Basically, it was in perfect shape, and painted it up, and here she is. That's
amazing. So Rob, again, you were here in this store. I honestly only learned about it because we're friends, and you told me about it. I saw it on social media. But let's sell the store a little bit. Tell people all about who you, where you are, and what they can get, and when you can get it here.
Well, we got basically eggs, and then we have bacon, scrapple, 4 different sausages, smoked pork chops, regular pork chops, some spare ribs. We do a few other things like some butters and stuff. But if you want eggs, you got to come early because we sell out every week. We have more customers than we have eggs.
Wow. And these are brown eggs here. So what's the difference between brown eggs and white eggs? And don't say color.
Just the breed of the chicken. It's a heavier breed chicken.
Okay.
It's more feed. We feed a non-GMO certified, like, the little butterfly in the store?
Yeah.
We have the non-GMO certified feed. So we buy a very, very high quality feed.
Huh.
Chickens are cage-free. They're in a building, but, they have great living conditions. They're cool in the summer and warm in the winter.
Oh, wow.
Safe from predation. So
I know you've shared that on your Facebook page, and it's amazing because folks, if you see these industrial farms, as far as the eye can see, there's these chickens tight in little cages and they're being injected with things. The picture here,
yep.
It's just here's the chickens and they're enjoying themselves and doing what they do. So tell us again, you are what's the address here on Main Street?
Yeah, 782 Main Street. In Barnesboro. We don't say Mancha Township, we say Barnesboro. We're from Barnesboro.
That's the key too, and people know that, with Hurffville, it is Washington Township, but you have to say Hurffville, which is really, Washington Township is comprised of a series, several small villages, Chapel Heights, Grenlock and such. Your hours again, Saturday only.
9 to 3.
Okay, all right. So there you have it. That's where Hurff Poultry. Tell me the name again.
Hurff's Poultry Farm.
Hurff's Poultry Farm is. You got to get out here. You have to get this natural stuff. It's good for you. So, Rob, we're going to see in a minute here. I know you have a whole bunch of tractors and other ag equipment. I know in previous visits you've shown me you have a tractor that was bought from Pearson, the ag dealer in Hurffville, right on Delsey Drive. Nowadays, it's Rocco's Collision. It's right there across from. Forget the name of the liquor store. There's a liquor store in the Grange Halls just down the street. But it was your grandfather or great-grandfather?
Great-grandfather.
That bought that tractor. What's the manufacturer of the tractor?
1953 Farmall AV.
Okay, all right. It's here, and it's still a daily, maybe not a daily use, but it's a regular use.
Elevate with it. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it needs a bath.
Yeah, all right.
We use it.
But it's right here, so we're going to get to see that in a few minutes.
We have the receipt in the